Hello, hello. I hope everybody's doing well today. I'm having a lot of fun with my allergies for some reason, but we're not going to let that stop us, are we? So last night I posted some pictures on Facebook of little envelopes that I was making, and I'm just taking the down and dirty, very simple route to making envelopes, and they are so stinking easy. So let me show you what I've got. Here is a pink polka dot envelope, and you turn it over. It has a butterfly clasp on the back, and voila, there's that one. This one I used, and you can't really see it, but I used a doily paper punch from Martha Stewart, and then I did this on the back. So this one's going to stay in my journal because I didn't like it once I finished it. It didn't give me the pop of color that I wanted, but there is another little envelope. Here's a third one, a little smaller, another butterfly, but this time I did a different treatment. It's got another butterfly right behind it. I hole punched a curve in the center, and there is that one. And I'm using papers that I don't normally gravitate to, or I did use in this. Like, I don't know that I would use, what is that, strawberries, pears, apples, some kind of fruit. I don't know that I would normally use that in anything, so I thought, well, let's make an envelope with it. Okay, so there's a third one. This one is probably one of my favorites at the moment. I use that same Martha Stewart punch. I used the little floral punch that we've used in our dimensional flowers. And I've got this out, and I backed so that you could see my punches. I backed it with purple, and it's got a little hole notched out. And this is really thick paper. I think I got this paper pack at Walmart. And right now I'm just using one of my fancy little paper clips that we made the other day. And how cute is that? Okay, so today we're going to do four envelopes really quick. We're going to use Stargazer's paper from the Paper Studio. I have been hoarding this paper for years. So it's, whoops, sorry about that. So it's time to use it. And then also I'm going to be using some Spellbinders paper that came in a kit that I got. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Okay, the first one we're going to use the thin Spellbinders paper. I've already scored my sides at 1/2 inch, and we're going to fold those in. And since I can't seem to find my bone folder, we're just going to run down it with our fingernails, just like that. Bone folder would do exactly the same thing, except probably wouldn't leave a little extra line. Okay, that's our sides. Now we're going to fold up, about 1/3 of the way, maybe a little more. Fold up to maybe right there. And we're going to score that. Okay, on the one that I did earlier like that, I believe that's this one. Is it this one? Nope, must be the pink one. I did not come through and trim. If you look on the inside, I didn't trim the extra, so I'm going to do that today. I'm going to trim this. Where are my scissors? Right. I'm going to come along here, and I'm going to trim on this line. Trim on this fold line. And I'm going to notch it out. And I'm probably doing this backwards. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I know I am. So we'll do another one and try it the other way too if we have time. Okay, so there is the basis of my envelope, the bottom part. Now we're going to fold the top part. Okay, and we don't have to have it to come all the way down. We can bring it maybe like that. So we got those cool wavy lines going on the front. Okay, let's open this up and let's cut these little sections out. Because we don't need the extra bulk on the top of our envelope. And then we're going to go in and look to see if we need any other trimming, because I already see a little bit that I need to do right there. Okay, we're going to cut that on the slant. That one looks okay. I already cut that on the slant. Let's cut this on the slant. And let's come in and cut this on the slant. That just helps your envelope close a little better. Okay, so that's got that. Let's try to be neat about this, Jennifer. Yeah, put it in the trash can since our trash bowl is covered up. All right. So we have this right here. Let's turn it over and be sure. Yeah, we might need to trim that down just a smidge, just to keep our edges from poking out. All right. So there's that. And one other thing I want to do, I'm going to use a corner rounder that I got off Amazon. Little handheld corner rounder, and I'm going to, well, maybe I'm going to round my corner. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. Now, since this blends in, let's use a little green distress ink, and let's ink the edges all the way around before we do any gluing. Let's just come along and see if we can make this show up a little better. I don't know if green's going to do it or not, but we'll see. See how that looks. Yeah, that shows up. We could have chosen a color that showed up a little more. So let's see. Let's try, because I'm going to use a blue butterfly to close this thing. Let's do, or no, I'm going to use a yellow butterfly, I think, on this. All right, let's come along with the blue. And that darkens that up even more. All I'm doing is running my Distress ink cube along the edges, okay? And I will do it right here as well. And you know what? I think I'll curve that edge too, just to make it a little different. Only we'll use the medium curve. This hole punch is pretty cool. It's got 3 different sizes. I found if my corner curver doesn't work well, I just turn it over and it gets the tip of that better. More better, as my children used to say. Ooh, I got a little carried away right there, didn't I? Oh well, doesn't matter. Design opportunity. Okay, so now our envelope is going to close up and look like that. So let's get some glue on there. This is not my... We're going to come along here on the bottom part of our envelope. We're just going to glue up the side, up both sides. And then we're going to fold it up. Just like that. Voila. There is a sweet little envelope you can decorate up on the front for your junk journals. And then you say, but Jennifer, it's not closing. Well, you know what? Let's give it a little closer. Let's give it a sweet little butterfly. Okay, so we want to measure our envelope, and it is, if I put it on my mat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to come into the 2.5 mark. And we're going to lay our butterfly right there. And I'm going to set my paper punch right there so that I can see my 2.5 mark. And I'm going to put just a very little bit of glue right there on the body of my butterfly. Okay? Not on the wings, just on the body, because the wings are going to act as a closer. Well, I've just dropped it all over the place, created messy glue marks, but that's okay. All right, let that dry. But the theory is that you do that right there. Well, you wait till the glue dries and then you do that right there. 2, 3, 4. Scoot it over just a smidge. Okay. We'll let that one dry and then we'll test it. Okay, now let's go with, this is the real thick paper from the Paper Studio. And I've already folded this one. We're just gonna, very quick and easy, glue this. And then the other thing I wanted to do, which I forgot, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. I'm going to eyeball my hole punch. And I'm going to attempt to get it in the center. And I'm going to punch a little notch out. We're going to fold our envelope up. Now you could ink your little notch if you wanted to. I didn't. There's another sweet little envelope. Let's throw a blue butterfly on this one. And I'm going to put a little dot of glue on the bottom of those wings for this one, just to give it a little more stability. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So 1, 2, and a 4th. I wasn't too bad off. Drop him right there. And you've got your closure, just like that. How easy is that? So we've got 2 envelopes. Now let me show you how I did this. Can't score these, they're too, well I could, but I'm not going to, they're too thick. Let's go with this pretty green. I have ogled this for years. I just think it's gorgeous. I'm gonna roll this up like that. Okay. I'm going to measure. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So I'm going to come in 1, 2, and my half is right there. I'm going to mark it. Well, not my half, but my 4th. You get my drift. I'm marking my center. I'm going to take my trusty hole punch. And I'm just doing just a teensy little hole there. And we're going to take some aged mahogany and we're going to ink this. And this time I'm going to ink the hole. And there I smudged it up again because I'm in a hurry. But that's all right. Okay. We're going to take, excuse me, we're going to take our corner rounder, corner notcher, and we're going to notch the top with the large punch. And we're going to notch the sides with the medium punch. And this is a step you don't have to do if you don't want to. Okay. I just killed my Martha Stewart stamp. Wah. Alright, now we're going to come along here. And I'm going to choose where I want my envelope to close. It's just below, just ever so slightly below my little tab, okay? So now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to come up the side. Get my little glue strings off. And then I'm going to fold my envelope up and I'm going to squish it closed. And I'm going to hunt a paper towel. Well, I sure hope my husband can fix my Martha Stewart punch. That was expensive. Okay, because this is thick paper, you're going to have to squish your glue and make sure it gets a good grip. Okay. That is envelope number 3. And I'm going to take this mahogany and I'm going to come along and do the front of my little envelope just to give it a little more definition. And again, this is something you don't have to do. Okay. Now, I could put my little yellow butterfly on the front, which is sweet. Or I could decide to do another closure here, which is sweet as well. I think I'll do another closure. Okay, we want our butterfly. Fairly centered. And we're going to push it down. And I'm going to hold on to it and pop that out so that it's got time to dry. May not be quite centered. There. That's centered. Okay, so there's number 3. And then look at this gorgeous paper. Isn't that beautiful? It's just beautiful. Let me see how badly I've killed Martha Stewart here. Oh dear. That's pretty bad. I think that'll be one for my hubby to fix. Dad burn. I did a number on that, didn't I? Okay, we won't do... Oh, and I just put that down in mahogany ink. Okay, here we go. We'll make that be the bottom. This one, we're going to come up here. Again, we're just going to fold. This is the super thick paper, so I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. We're going to fold. I'm going to come here because I got ink that I wasn't expecting, and I'm going to use it as a design opportunity, okay? Never any mistakes, just design opportunities. This one I want it to look like it's flying. So I'm going to lay it right there, and then I'm going to lift the wings up. Okay, so that's the front of it. All we got to do the sides. I want to do some side punching while my butterfly's drying, and then I can lay it flat. Okay, so we want the medium punch. Nice. Nice. This is our lid we want. Okay. I need to clean my mat. I'm getting lots of little glueies. We're gonna, yeah, that's pretty dry. All right, we're gonna come along here and we're going to add glue to the sides. Like that. And we're going to close this little envelope up. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to squish it together, and we're going to pay special attention down here at the bottom where it folds together. You need to pinch that together really, really good. Make sure it sticks and is going to stay stuck. Yep. Okay. And now let's think of how we're going to close this little jewel. We're going to take, we got one last blue butterfly. So all our closures have butterflies today. You can use any kind of punch that you've got. You don't have to use a butterfly. Just look in your punch drawer and see what you have. I just used it because it was handy. Okay, I want to get 1, 2, and a 4th. And I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to open it up like that. Okay, we're going to come back here and open our little butterfly up. And look how sweet that is. So real quick, we made 1, 2, 3, 4 envelopes, broke a stamp, or broke a punch, did some messy inking, and had a little bit of fun. We made something pretty that we can look at and smile, because that's what we're all about, making pretty things that make us smile and bring us some joy. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up and a comment. And I hope to see you in YouTube land soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.